You want to install the new LTX-2 open source model on your computer to generate AI videos. However, you probably don't feel like playing pretend digital electrician and wire a bunch of nodes in Comfy UI. So don't worry, I got you. This sleek, clean user interface will have you generating videos in no time without the hassle of wiring up nodes. And best of all, you can do it on a potato computer just like mine. Before we get into it, let me show you a few sample generations I made. Just a heads up, these were done at the lowest 480p resolution in a 16:9 format. I kept the settings low purely to save time and push them out fast for this demo. You can absolutely generate higher quality results. Just expect longer render times when you do. So here are the basic text to prompt samples.
That's it. Dad's lost it, and we've lost Dad.
Stop being so dramatic, Jess. He's just having fun. Whee!
We replaced you for efficiency.
Nobody believed in me! Except my parents and my landlord!
We're worried about you.
I'm training for when society collapses!
As I mentioned, these were 10-second generations, 480p, 16:9 aspect ratio. It definitely doesn't showcase the actual quality, but since I have a potato computer, I generated them in 480p just for the demonstration purposes. These were just basic text-to-video prompts. They took on average 5 minutes to generate, except the very first generation, which took about 25 minutes. This is because the very first generation will download some models, etc. But each 10-second video after that averaged at around 5 minutes on an RTX 3060. Now let's look at some of the image to video generations.
Turn the pets around and got the tup where it turns around. I trained the dog to sit. He trained me to pick up poop. All the rubber chickens are now officially sold out, except mine. Hit me up, it's for sale.
It is definitely your ignition spark generation coil. Have you checked your blinker fluids lately?
As you can see, the results are stunning for something that runs completely on your own computer. This is the breakthrough we all have been waiting for. No credit systems, no signups, none of that. Amazing quality with both visuals and sound. And best of all, a nice, clean, user-friendly interface ready to go. By the time you finish this video, you're going to have it running on your local machine, even if you think your GPU is too weak to handle it. Are you ready to stop playing pretend digital electrician and start being a creator? Then let's get into the guts of it. But first, let me show you the user interface and why this is an amazing alternative for those of you who don't want to use Comfy UI. At the top here, you have 3 main drop-down menus. One to select your video model, the other to select the checkpoint, and the third to select the default or distilled version. You'll want the distilled version if you have a slower PC. In this section, you can add a LoRa if you prefer to use that. And in this section, you can use the basic text to prompt. You can do image to video or continue from video. This is the section where you enter your prompt. And here's where we select the quality from 1080p, 720, 540, or 480. You can select your resolution, 16:9, 9:16, 1:1. And this is the part that's pretty cool because you can actually select how long you want the duration without having to calculate the frames per second. You want a 10-second video, slide it there. You want a 5-second video, you can slide it there. And here we have a advanced mode. In the advanced mode, you can select your seed, number of generated videos per prompt. So if you want to batch out a bunch of prompts, you can do that. And how to process each line of the text prompt. So you got 3 areas here that you can change. Each new line will add a new video request to the generation queue, but I have mine set to all the lines are part of the same prompt. That way, if you write something in the prompt and they're on different lines, it'll be considered as one prompt. And down here, you can load JSON files. And if you want, you can enter your LoRa URL link and just click download LoRa. That's pretty cool. In the start video with image, which is basically your image to video, you'll start off with 1 frame only, but if you want to add a second frame, frame or an end frame, you just click this end image, and this will be your last frame that you select. Down here, you can enter your prompt. It needs to have a prompt. It can't be blank, and the rest of the settings. And then the continue video. This is where if you want to continue from a previous video that you generated, you can just upload it here. So as you can see, this is way easier to navigate and control than Comfy UI. So let's get it installed. First, let me show you how to do it the manual way. Then I'll show you how to do it with the one-click installer. Go here. The link will be in the description. Scroll down and click on installation. From here, you can choose the install guide for NVIDIA or AMD. I have NVIDIA, so I'll click the installation guide for NVIDIA. For this, you're going to need it. So click on this link to download Git if you don't have it. And then these are the different prerequisites that you're going to need. You probably already have them installed, but if you don't, just download these and install them. After you installed Git clone, simply click here to copy this command line. Next, open File Explorer and choose the drive you want to install WAN2GP in. For me, I selected my F drive and I already have it installed, but what you want to do is click on this address bar right here at the top and type CMD. That'll bring up a command prompt line, and you'll be in your F drive or whichever drive you want to install WAN2GP in. Right click and you should have your get clone command. Press enter and it'll create this WAN2GP folder. Inside this folder, you'll see all the files. Next, come back to the GitHub installation guide page and we're going to proceed to the next step, which is copying this line right here. Click on copy. Next, inside of your WAN2GP folder, click on the address bar again, type CMD and right click. That'll bring up the conda command line. Then press enter and copy this command line and then paste it back inside of your command prompt and press enter. Now you just need to find your graphics card model. For me, I have a RTX 3060, so I fall under this section here. And the steps are pretty much the same. Copy this, paste it into your command prompt, press enter. When that's done, copy this, paste it in, press enter, and go all the way down the line for your specific graphics card up until you reach this last pip install -r requirements.txt. Once that's all completed, you're basically done. So whenever you want to run WAN2GP, just go back to the folder you installed it to, and we'll create a bat file so you can double click. So right click inside of the folder that you installed WAN2GP in, click no, and click text document. Now rename the text document to something like run.bat. I'll just create a bat file and right click on run.bat and click edit. It should pop up Notepad and paste this inside of your run.bat. I'll have it in the description. Save it, close it, and double click. It should pop up this command prompt window and just let it go until it starts up. Once that's done, copy and paste this URL, which is your localhost port 7860. Go to your web browser and enter localhost:7860 and you should be ready to go. So that was the manual way of installing WAN2GP. You can click here on the Pinocchio app to get the one-click installer, but I didn't have that much luck. It was giving me errors saying I needed a NVIDIA GPU, which I clearly have, which is why I went through the manual installation process. So if you do have issues with the one-click installer, you now know how to install it the manual way. For the one-click installer, just click on the Pinocchio app link. That'll take you to this page and install the Pinocchio app. After that, launch and run the Pinocchio app and click on discover. Click on the WAN2GP to install it. Click on the one-click install with Pinocchio, and hopefully the one-click installer works for you so you don't have to install it the manual way. But if you do run into issues like I did, then follow along with the guide to install it the manual way.